we like you now.
All righty.
So, go ahead, Chris. You've obviously, unfortunately, had gone through the injury situations where you've had to be kind of away from the team. Can you describe, because that's what Martin is going through, that's what JOK is going through. Just how do you try to maintain that connection, and what do you guys do in the locker room to kind of try to keep those guys in the loop and feel like they're still, part of things even when they're not?
It's tough. Anytime going through an injury like that, especially a long-term one, it is a lot on you mentally, and just having the guys, lucky offensive line especially is such a close-knit unit. The guys are always checking on me when I was going through stuff, and I try to stay a part of it and, watch the games and be on top of when I can help them with little things, try to let them know, just to keep my mind in the game. But yeah, it's really just a day-by-day thing. You got to take it with incremental steps, and just look at the overall how much you're recovering and how much mentally you're staying steady.
Along those lines, Jack, the fact that you don't have to worry about a ramp up this year like last year, how nice is that, and how do you feel?
Oh, it's great. No, I feel fantastic. It's nice to be out here with the guys, getting all the work in these days where we're really building the chemistry and going through the tough times, and just couldn't be happier.
Jack, you guys went live. Yeah, that's the same thing. You guys went live. What did you think of doing that?
It's good. I think it's good especially for the skilled guys. For us, it doesn't really change too much. We're hit when we have pads on. It's pretty much full go for us. But it's nice to get those reps for the skilled guys and running backs, and get us running down the field, trying to keep our guys up and moving piles. It's always good work.
I don't remember seeing Stefanski doing it.
No, I think it's the first time we've done it here, and I think it's a welcome change.
We saw Dewan get parted off. Do you know if?
I have no idea. I didn't even see him get taken off.
He was sitting up in the front of the cart. So
okay. Well, good. I hope he's all right. Yeah. I have no idea. Yeah.
How's he been doing, by the way?
Good. He's working hard. He's getting better and better.
Hey, Jack, it seems like an interesting scenario for the offensive line with outside of Dewan, 4 other starters are all, and last year their contracts. Is that something you guys think about or talk about, that this could be the last ride for guys that have been here for a long time now?
No, I think we just more think about, especially me, Wyatt, and Joel, this will be our 6th year playing together. And with Poe, this will be 4. I think we just look at it as a extreme positive. It's not very often you get a group of guys like that get to stick together that long and protect together. And we have a lot of confidence in knowing each other, a lot of, communication we don't even have to make verbally, we just know how each other work, and that's a really leg up for us.
Jack, how did you agree to a contract change this year?
Well, that's what they asked. That's what we came to do.
Are you looking forward to free agency?
I'm not even looking at that. I'm looking at the season.
How happy were you that Joel decided to come back this season?
Oh, pumped. It's great to have him back. And again, like I said, with the core group of guys, to be able to have that long term of a group is huge.
Jack, you were one of the guys that talked last year about kind of going back to what you had done before. Does this feel more like what you wanted at the end of last season?
Definitely. No, just the sense of urgency, the running the ball, the marriage and running past stuff. That's what this group was brought in to do. And I'm just pumped that we're going back to that, and we're having a tough camp this year, and guys are fighting, and it's great to see.
Jack, you talked about that nonverbal communication.
Mm-hmm.
Mike mentioned a couple days ago that sometimes a grunt can mean a lot of different things. Just develop the development of that. How long and what's that process like? To where just the grunt can mean instinctually what's going on.
I would say strictly speaking for me and Wyatt, just. It took probably a few games into 2020, my first year here playing with him, and then just every year it's a little bit more. I can feel when he's there. I know that he's thinking the same things in the play that I'm thinking, and be able to have that bond with a guy, for 6 years like that is it's special, and it just takes our game to another level.
Jack, when they're going through this process with the 4 quarterbacks right now, just what effect does that have on you guys up front? Do they all have distinct different styles, or do you feel like they kind of play in a similar fashion to where it doesn't have any effect?
It's right now. It's been a big emphasis just with all of them getting their cadence to be rhythmically the same, which is helpful. But there's definitely working pains with that. But honestly, that's kind of good for us. It makes it so we're not we're really having to tie into the cadence, which I think is good for being in camp, not being able to just be on, one or two cadences. We're really changing the stuff up, and it's good work for us as an offensive line. It's good work for the D line for staying on sides, and I think all 4 quarterbacks are doing a good job. Again, getting that rhythmically, getting on the same page.
Jack, the big narrative last season or at the end of last season was operational issues, penalties, and that sort of thing. What are you guys doing early in camp, maybe differently, to kind of prevent that going into?
Oh, I think it's just extreme ownership. If there's an offside, if you're offsides in practice, you're going to see it in the big screen in front of everybody else, in front of the entire team, and it's going to be holding each other accountable. And I think that's a huge difference, and it's something that's needed. If you got to look your peers in the face and tell them it's your fault and say sorry, then you don't want to do that again.
Jack, I don't remember a stretch of heat like this, extreme heat, humidity like this in camp, very many years. How is this getting you guys ready to play, and what impact has it?
It's great. You want to struggle. The camp is a struggle anyway, but the more struggle you can get, the more you really don't find out who guys are until it's hard, tough into the game. You're on a long drive and really see how guys mentally are holding up. And to be able to have weather like this and have longer drives, I think that's really what builds the fortitude of the team, and you can really see what guys are made of.
Kevin was talking about how Miles can wreck a practice, like he can wreck a game. And I know yesterday, I think he struggled. Dewan struggled, and then he came to your side a little bit. What are those conversations like in that room, whether you're talking to Dewan just about keeping your chin up when it's so hard to block?
I think the biggest thing you do is you got to look at it from a positive manner. I mean, he's a great player, but you got to rise to the occasion. You got to when he's over there, you got to be a little just more locked in, a little more harder push off because you know how fast he's going to come. And frankly, to have that every day in practice is only going to make you a better player. And I'm happy. Like you said yesterday, I asked him to come over to the right because I wanted to get the work. I just wanted to get his speed and feel that. And just having that ability to have a guy like that to practice against is huge.
So that was you asked him to do that? Mm-hmm. And how much? I mean, I know the other guys are NFL players
oh yeah,
too, but
yeah.
What kind of a difference is it when he is that guy?
Well, he's the best defensive end in the NFL. I mean, I think that speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jack.
No problem. All right. See you guys.
How you guys doing?
Did you enjoy that line technique?
Oh yeah, linebacker. That's what you live for, running and hitting. So.
And that's pretty common in college practices, isn't it?
Somewhat. It depends. Some colleges are going back and forth, especially my first 3 years. Oh, I'm sorry. With Coach Kelly, it was a little bit less. He brought a little bit of that pro, but college you will hit a little bit more, yeah.
With obviously JOK hurt, Jordan retiring, how much more do you feel like there's more being thrown at you, put on your plate, or more expectation-wise?
I think
than what even maybe when you got drafted?
I think it just creates a lot of opportunity for the whole room and rooms for guys to step up, whether on the field, in leadership roles, all those ways. And I think we've got a great room to be able to do that.
Before Jordan left, what kind of wisdom did he instill on you?
Yeah, I learned a lot from him, even just in the OTA process, just being able to watch how he carried himself. I mean, you don't play that long in the league and do what he did by doing things wrong. So watching just how he prepared before practice and what he would do in the meeting room and things like that is a lot of what I learned from him.
The other day, the hit you put on Dylan Sampson, I mean, was it a topic of conversation when you guys reviewed the film or anything?
You always love defense. You always love big hits, so you always look forward to seeing those on any film. So that was a fun one.
We learned that Jason Tarver also has a master's in bioengineering. Yes.
We never crossed paths there, but he did tell me he would have been teaching my classes, some of them. So that's pretty cool, and we kind of think similarly, which definitely helps.
How much more? I mean, you talked when you talked before about the pre-snap reads and the importance of that, and kind of how much more comfortable do you feel like just right now in that part of your game?
Yeah, I think every day I come out here, I feel more comfortable. I think the big part of it is getting reps on the field and also in the film room, watching things I can correct, and then also watching the offense and seeing certain tendencies you're going to get that are different from college now and things like that.
Within the film room, still it's early, but what do you think would be the biggest difference from the defense you played in UCLA compared to the defense you're running now?
Here we're going to attack, and regardless of the defense you play as a backer, you got to be able to run, hit, and find the ball. So that all stays the same, just a little bit more of a attack style here.
More aggressive.
Yes, sir.
First off, jumping over to you, because I want to first apologize for disrespecting your game. You really great football. You got felt like, who is this guy? But I went back to the film. You like that. Tell me back when you was a walk-on, how does that affect you now? What type of lessons you learned then that you put into now?
I think that goes back even to before I was a walk-on. I think even when I was little, I always had the chip on my shoulder. I got a brother 2 years older than me, so he always had the size advantage. And, I was always trying to do whatever it took to win, and I think that's just stayed with me. As a walk-on, it was the same thing, be willing to do whatever it takes, and that chip's not something that's ever going to leave. So it's the same type of work ethic and mentality that I take here.
Carson, when you look back to when you got here following your draft, rookie minicamp, etc., where do you think you've grown the most?
I think really in all aspects. I think just on the field, I've grown in just understanding our defense, understanding the offense and what offenses in the NFL like to do and things like that. And then just as a person too, I think coming out here and being in a new area has helped me grow.
So when you talk about that chip on your shoulder, so now you're the first pick in the second round. You're not that unnoticed guy. How do you keep that?
I think, like I said, it's been with me since I've been. I mean, I can't remember a time where I haven't wanted to go out there and try and be the best I can when I'm on the field. And so I think it's just keeping that same mentality, making sure that whatever's happening, it's my goal to try and be the hardest worker I could possibly be.
So it's not like I've arrived,
No.
Nothing like
I
that.
think every day I'm trying to get better than the day before.
Stepping in as a rookie and use the green dot, being the defensive communicator. That's not the easiest thing to do when you're first coming into the league. Just what's that challenge been like for you, and why have you been able to adjust so seamlessly to be able to do that?
Yeah, I think for me, I just want to be prepared and ready to be able to do whatever they want me to do, and if that's what they're asking me to do, I got to be able to go out there and make sure that all the communication's good and we're able to run the defense how we want to run it.
A few more.
How was practice? Tackling to the ground. We haven't seen that.
I love it. I mean, you talk to the defense, we're all excited about any live period we get because that's what we love to do is get guys on the ground.
Did you do that at UCLA?
We would do that, yeah.
What is your impression of, Jim Schwartz and just what he's asking of you guys up in that front seven?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, what we want to be as a defense, we want to be physical, we want to play fast, and we want to have some swag and some passion out there. And I think when you bring all that together, you get a defense that's going to be really great.
It's like watching 95 working.
I think everybody's going to have the same reaction to watching him.
From walk on to first pick of the second round, can you just describe like those emotions that you felt like during that time?
It was definitely a great feeling to see all the work that I'd put come to fruition there. But now it's the next step and trying to keep pushing and keep going.
Last one. Oh, do you have one? Sorry.
All right. Thank you, guys.
I thought you were getting ready to talk. Oh, no.